Hey, speaking of workflows and automations, I think I have a few videos lined up here. I want to show you something kind of cool. So, when you graduate from doing the basic ones, have you ever tapped into the recipes? Now, if you just stumbled and this is the very first video you've ever seen, what am I talking about? I'm talking about automating your work. And if you're using an all in one platform like my favorite, Go High Level, there are so many cool things you can do. But there's something called recipes. And I want to show you what that is just so you understand. So, I'm going to share my screen. And we will just jump over to Go High Level. And if this is the first time you ever seen Go High Level, it's an all-in-one platform. And over here to the left are like the main categories. So I'm in automations. And, go watch the other videos if you haven't seen anything. But I have a lot of workflows. So basically, think about what do you do? Step one, step two, step three. And by creating these workflows, it just makes your life so much easier and it will improve the efficiency of everything. Well, when you go to create a workflow, normally I just start from scratch because quite honestly, I just think it's easier. I know exactly the steps that I want to do. But Go High Level gives us what they call recipes. So I just want to show you what the recipes are. And I think they're continuing to add to this list. There's already quite a few here. Now, again, if you're just getting started, I would not recommend using a recipe because everybody's brain thinks a little differently. And so I think it's better practice for you to start with a piece of paper and a pencil and just say, okay, if this happens, if somebody opts into my freebie, what needs to happen? Okay, they need to get tagged. They need to get an email sent out. In that email, it needs to have a link to the Google Drive or wherever you're saving it. All of the steps, okay? These recipes are kind of pre-baked. And so if you're new to the world of workflows and automations, it might seem a little overwhelming. But I thought, let me just share kind of behind the scenes. Let's walk through one because again, they don't have to be that scary. So here's one. The recipe is called Fast 5 Light. And it's great for nurturing new leads into hot leads by automating the email, the SMS, call connects, and all of that kind of stuff. So we're going to select it. And then here is the recipe. Let me back out just for a minute. I forgot to tell you something very important. Normally what I like to do is if we can, well, maybe not. I was going to say if we could make a copy of it. I don't see an option here to make a copy. So maybe it's just always there. If you mess it up, you can just redo it. Okay, so here again, recipe Fast 5 Light. I would rename this because that doesn't make much sense to me. I would say something like email campaign for new opt-ins or something like that. All right. And then as always, I always talk about in the settings, I change mine to allow re-entry. All that means is if somebody has gone through it one time and they stumbled upon it again, I let them go through it again. And most importantly, down at the bottom, mark as read. Okay. I do talk about setting up the from name and email. I'm not going to go through that. I talked about it in another one. So now if we go to Builder, let's just examine kind of behind the scenes. So remember, I said that you always need a trigger, something that starts the whole process. Think of it like a light switch. When you walk into the room and you turn on the light switch, what happens? So you need something to start the process. So here, it's telling us a Facebook lead form was submitted. Now, on these trigger names, you can rename them. I like to be super explicit. So just a Facebook lead form, that doesn't tell me anything, but maybe I'm running a campaign for my, let me see. I think I have it's a free little audio coaching and it's called Success Sparks Form Submitted. Okay. So then I know exactly which form that people filled out. So that's the trigger. I'm going to save it. And then what happens? Conversational email. So it will automatically pull the location name, which is me and my email address. And then thanks for claiming our offer. And then it puts their first name in here. And then down here, it just has some details. So thanks for claiming our offer. Have you experienced this service before? And then location name is just, like Debbie at Starr Consulting or something like that. Now, just because this stuff is here doesn't mean that you can't change it. Okay. So I might say something like, thanks for, whoops, if I can type, I'm just going to say, thanks for opting in to receive my Success Sparks daily motivational cards. And then, I don't know, I probably wouldn't say this. I would say something else, but you get the idea. You don't need to watch me type, okay? So you just, however you want that, we're going to save it. So that's the conversational email. And then this is set up where it's also going to send an SMS, okay? So I'm just going to cancel. I'm not going to change anything on that. It's going to wait for reply. And so it's going to wait for 2 minutes and to see if anybody replies back to that text message. And then here is, and don't let this scare you, this is what we call a tree or a branch. So did the contact reply? So in other words, and instead of looking, it gets kind of overwhelming when you look at it there. Again, just map it out. So did the person reply back to your text message? If yes, was it positive or negative? If it was positive, if we click on the booking link SMS, then here's a link, sign up for a time. All right. If it was negative, oh, no problem. Just fill out the questionnaire, whatever, or if none. All right. This whole thing, if you just kind of read through it like a chapter book, right? Send them that SMS. Did they reply? They didn't reply. Then you could try to send them a phone call, leave a voice message, wait 1 day, send them another text message. Okay. And then none. Now this is, what can I say? This might be like maybe a little harder sell, quote unquote, based on what it is that you're offering. But I'm just helping you understand how to read these recipes. And then once you've made whatever changes, then you can click on publish and save it, and you're good to go. I'm not going to bother to save it because I don't want to. All right. So that, again, we've talked about creating from scratch and then also selecting a recipe. So when you get pretty proficient, just keep checking the recipes because at least it's a starting place. You still will have to change some things, but it will get you going. All right. So I will see you in the next video and we'll just dig in just a little deeper with these automations and workflows. All right. See you the next time. Bye.